Get woke, go broke is the new motto for Hollywood, yet Disney refuses to catch on. This latest weekend, well, I guess last Wednesday actually, Disney released their newest animated film, Strange World, and not surprisingly, it's bombing big time at the box office. And you want to know why? Because they threw more woke bullshit into the film, which I didn't even know about until, the day the movie released, because I really didn't care about this movie at all. Even just on its own, the movie looked just straight up bad. But it's not only getting pretty mediocre reviews, especially for a Disney animated film, because even the ones that are actually pretty bad end up getting some pretty decent reviews, but it is not making money at all. And I mean, this could lose up to $100 million. Yeah, does this sound familiar? Yeah, it's the same thing that happened with Lightyear, another woke Disney failure. But let's look at the numbers, shall we, to see what we're actually dealing with. So in first place over the weekend was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever in its third weekend. I already did a video about this movie absolutely dominating Black Adam's early numbers and all the double standards that people were trying to defend Black Adam and trying to shit on Black Panther and everything, so I'm not going to get into that here. I actually have another video that will touch on that later on, but I have other videos to get to. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, just over the weekend, this is just the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday numbers, made $45.5 million in this latest weekend. Then in second place is Strange World with $12.1 million. And the entire 5-day weekend is the 5-day Thanksgiving weekend, 18.8 million roughly. And worldwide, about 28.2, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, much like Lightyear, this was banned in several countries. I could be wrong, do not quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And then in third place is Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery, $9.4 million. Now, this movie's of course going straight to Netflix in December, but it did get a limited theatrical release. And this is the kicker. Strange World made $12.1 million in 4,174 theaters. Glass Onion made just a hair less than $3 million. Made just a hair below $3 million less. Okay, it made less than $3 million less. I'm realizing how redundant this sounds. Okay, so yeah, you know what I mean, though. The way I said it was really redundant, but you know what I mean. It made just less than $3 million less than Strange World in 696 theaters, averaging $13,505 per theater, and Strange World couldn't even manage $3,000 per theater. That is quite embarrassing. And Black Panther has already pushed up its total gross to about $367.4 million. It's going to be in the top 5, but once the Monday numbers comes in, it'll already be in the top 5, passing The Batman and Minions, both of which have just a hair over $369 million. Then Jurassic World has $376. I have a feeling this will pass Doctor Strange pretty easily too, because that one's at $411. Will it pass Top Gun? I honestly doubt it, because there isn't a ton of competition coming up until Avatar, but I don't see it making as much money as Top Gun, but I do see this pretty handily getting the second place spot for the year. But this is quite embarrassing, and the reviews kind of back it up. And I figured this was going to be a bad movie, and the critic consensus on Rotten Tomatoes kind of sums up, this is seen in kind of a positive light-ish, because it's still at a 74%. But this kind of shows the kind of movie I'm in for, and I'm not happy about it. Now, the audience score's at 64%, and I'm not sure whether or not to call bullshit on that, because that was in the negative range for a while. That was down to 56, and all of a sudden, a few days later, it's up 8%. Now, I cannot say for certain that this is Disney doing this shit, but I wouldn't, because I can't just say that with everything. It's the studio, because the movie looks bad or the movie is bad, obviously the studio's making bullshit fake audience reviews to push the score. Now, I can't do that often, but I wouldn't put it past Disney, because they literally did the exact same thing with Obi-Wan Kenobi. And that was actually proven to have been the case, so there you go. So the critic consensus. This is the kind of movie I'm in for, and I have a feeling most of the people who watch this channel probably won't like this either. God damn it. Low battery on my camera, really gotta watch that. Strange World is a Disney milestone in terms of representation, already off to a bad start, but as a storytelling experience, this dazzlingly animated adventure offers little audiences haven't already seen. So what I'm in for is a boring movie that I've seen 1,000 times before that focuses more on representation than good storytelling. Yay. And back to the box office numbers, this movie had an estimated budget of around $180 million. I have no idea why Disney feels the need to shove so much money into these movies. Illumination has been making really good-looking animated films that have a estimated average budget of around $75 million. Disney already made a $200 million animated flop with Lightyear, barely passing the $200 million mark worldwide, one of the biggest box office bombs of the year. And this one's also shaping up to lose $100 million. Like I said, $18.8 million in 5 days on a budget of $180 million. Now, roughly to even be profitable, this movie would have to pass $500 million worldwide. That is something I did make a mistake on in my Black Panther, Black Adam box office rant, that I said Black Adam needed to make $500 million domestically to be profitable, or to break even. That was wrong. It needs to be $500 million worldwide in order to even consider breaking even. However, that movie will not pass $500 million, I guarantee it, because it's already getting some stiff competition, and it's currently at 377.7, and it's averaging, what did it make last weekend? It's already out of the top 5. So that tells you all you need to know. It's already out of the top, even getting beat by stuff like The Menu, which, no, I will not see, Devotion, whatever the fuck that is. And then down at number 6 is Black Adam. And, oh crap, why did I click into that again? And it made $3.2 million over the weekend. Yeah, that movie isn't even coming close to breaking even. But again, everybody seems to come up with a ton of excuses for Black Adam, yet everyone's trying to rip on Black Panther for having a big box office drop, despite the fact that it's already shaping up to be easily the second highest grossing film of the year. Someone explain that logic to me. But yeah, Disney refuses to learn their fucking lesson, and in return, they keep losing money. Bob Iger has come back as the CEO, essentially kicking Chapek to the curb, which is definitely a good thing. Chapek is, like, the worst company CEO I've ever seen in my entire life. So maybe he'll turn this sinking ship around, but I wouldn't put money on it, because, again, even when they had Bob Iger, they were still putting out a lot of crappy animated movies. And while they weren't as shamelessly woke as movies like this, at least, or they were still bad movies. But those ones still made money, at least. Like, Ralph Breaks the Internet is terrible, it still made money. Frozen 2 is terrible, highest grossing animated film of all time. So, we'll see where Disney goes from here. I don't see them, I think they're turning into Warner Brothers again. Warner Brothers had nothing but box office bombs last year, and mostly this year as well. Disney's at least had success with their Marvel movies. All of them have at least made a profit, so yeah, but they're animated films. This is just another Lightyear. Lightyear, $200 million, and they alienated their audience, and they didn't make and they created one of the biggest box office bombs of all time. One of the biggest animated box office bombs, at least. And Strange World's shaping up to go the exact same route. Because despite having a lower budget by, like, $20 million, it made so much less than something, because I think Lightyear shaped up to around a $53 million opening. Where is it? Lightyear had a total of $226.4 million worldwide. Percy Jackson made more money than that. An opening of $50.5 million. That's over 3 times. I don't know if it's over 3 times. It's around 3 times just under 3 times what Strange World made in its opening weekend. Yeah, this movie's doomed. I did see a review pop up. I haven't watched it yet because I don't like to watch reviews like before I see the movie because I want to go in with with at least an open mind, so I don't entirely know what's gonna happen. But the review says Strange World, the movie Disney left in theaters to die. Yeah, that about sums it up. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. What are you guys even remotely interested in Strange World? I am not. I have to, I'm seeing under duress because I just gotta review it. It's the same thing with Disenchanted. And this time I mean it, my Black Panther review I have my Black Panther review finished now, so that will be coming out today. And this time I actually mean it. Tomorrow will probably be Disenchanted and Strange World. But we'll see. So, yeah, that's all I got. Now, see you next time. Bye.